Yo, what's going on, guys? Dorbs here. Welcome back to a brand new video here on the channel. Today, we have brand new gameplay of Angela, the brand new Vanguard, coming to Marvel Rivals in Season 4 as the first hero. She's a flying Vanguard. And we have the gameplay. I'm going to play it once for you just so you can watch it and hear everything. And then we're going to break it down because there's a lot to go over. And I've got a few questions that we want to try and answer in this video. So, let's take a look at the gameplay.
My birth and past are tainted. I fight to reclaim them each day. For heaven! Straight to hell! Glorious! Thoughts and prayers! Blessed blades! To battle! Feathered fury! Now is the time for salvation! Heaven! Fall! Submit! Weaklings! Overconfidence will destroy you.
Okay, so she's very interesting. There's a lot to unpack. She's a new flying Vanguard, and clearly she can permanently fly. So let's break down what we can tell from this trailer. At the very start, we can see one thing. She's flying here. She has a spear as her primary melee weapon. And in this flying form, she has 3 abilities. She has her shift ability, which is some kind of charge while she's in the air. And she seems to be able to pick up enemies while doing this, which we'll see later on. She also has a right-click shield. And then she has this E ability, which allows her to slam to the ground and then switch to grounded mode, where she can fight on the ground. Now, while she's flying, she has this charge meter. And you can see when she's just flying around normally, this isn't an ability, this is her normal flight. She's not pressing shift. She charges this meter. So I think this passively charges as she flies. It also seems to charge when she has her shield out and things like that. So maybe dealing damage charges it. And what we see here is when this meter is fully charged, I think that allows her to do like a powerful attack with her spear. And we can see she hits Iron Man. And I mean, she instantly kills him. We don't know what health he was before this, but this bar seems to be a damage multiplier by the looks of it, and it allows you to deal more damage with that spear. So essentially, you want to fly around to maybe get in the back line of the enemies or push the flyers. And if you've had your meter charged, you can deal a lot of damage to these people. Now we see her pop her shield, and how much health does this have? Is it 300? So obviously holding right click will bring out this shield, and it turns her melee weapon into the shield. These are her icons. They change state. So you can't attack while you have the shield out, obviously. And I think it has 300 health. Is there a frame where we can see? Okay, no, it doesn't show. I'm pretty sure that's 300 health. And obviously, once it breaks, we can see it goes on a 4-second cooldown. So once you release the shield, it's 4 seconds to regenerate or allow you to use it again. But we can see holding that shield out actually charged her meter even more. Every time Hela attacks it, it charges up her spear. And then we see the shift in action. So she pops shift, and we can see when she's in shift, she has this charge meter. So this is her, fast flying movement ability. This is her fast sort of dash state. And she has this meter just like with Star-Lord. And here we can see if she charges into an enemy, she picks them up like a Reinhardt charge from Overwatch. And initially picking them up deals damage. We don't know what health Hela was on originally here. Okay, yeah, we can see. It only deals a little bit of damage here, but mainly you have picked them up, and I don't think they can do anything. And then she slams her into a wall. It doesn't look like it does extra damage by hitting her into a wall. It looks like she just lets go of her. But she's charged up her spear now to full, so her bar is golden, meaning she's going to deal a lot of damage. And then she hits her with the melee, and it kills them. Now, we're going to see this ability in action once again here. You can see her spear is fully charged. She also pops her shift, and you can pick up multiple enemies in this. She picks up a Venom and an ulting Captain America in her flight and throws them off the map. I mean, that is nuts. So there's going to be a really good opportunity for you to displace the enemies with this ability. And like I said, you can get environmental kills. You can throw them into your own team. That's going to be how this is played most. You're going to pick up the enemies and bring them to your team for you to eliminate them. Now we get to see what she looks like when she goes on the ground. So she uses her shift just to get in quicker. And then we see she presses E. So this is her E ability. And when she presses E, she slams immediately on the ground from wherever she is. She slams straight down. And this slam looks like it deals some damage. Very small amounts of damage. I don't think it's crazy. I can't see any form of stun being put on the enemy. So I don't think it's a stun or anything. But as soon as she enters the grounded state, you can see her primary weapon down here on the bottom left becomes her icons, these axes that she uses. And she can use these as, is it a 3-hit combo? Let's watch that back one more time. So she's got the axe, 1, 2, 3, 4-hit combo with these. It's just a normal melee weapon. So you can take to the skies. If the enemies are on the ground, you can slam onto them, start dealing damage, and you could jump right back into the air. If you watch, after she does the slam, she doesn't have a cooldown on her flight. So she can pop her E ability at any point and jump back into the sky if she needs to rotate back to her team or further into the enemy backline. So honestly, she's not too crazy. She's just a cool flying melee vanguard. I mean, with 600 health, it's pretty nuts. One thing I forgot to mention is the amount of shield gained. So when she's using her icons on the ground, when she deals melee damage, she earns shields. And she gets 30 shield per hit here, up to 690. I don't know if we see her with even more. Yeah, she can get up to 750 shields. So let's see some more gameplay here. We have her dash into the Magneto and Strange. She then slams onto the ground, then switches to her axes, and then deals damage, which obviously gives her this overshield. Yeah, it's pretty nuts. 750 overshield, so 150 extra shield using those weapons on the ground. And it looks like in the air, you don't get the overshield, so it's give you a bit more survivability while on the ground. Pretty cool. I don't think we've missed anything so far. Now let's take a look at the ultimate. So the ultimate, you're in the air, you pop her Q, and what do we see here? She launches her spear at the ground. Does she have to charge it up at all, or is that just the animation? It looks like that's just the animation, yeah. So she throws the spear at the ground. It creates this big area that snatches all of the enemies within it. And does it pull them into the center? Yes, it does. It pulls them into the center. And then also, does it let you slam straight after? Yeah, straight after. So as soon as you've thrown it, you then switch to your I-cores and dive onto your ult, which obviously deals huge amounts of damage, or maybe just a little bit of damage, to be fair. But then you're literally right in the heat of the battle, and you can start swinging like crazy, damaging everyone. And it looks like everybody in the ult is tangled within your ribbons, finding it hard to move. You can see it's like Venom when he uses his ability to literally grab the enemies. This Invisible Woman, she cannot escape. She is trying with all her might to jump out, and she just can't escape. Now, I don't know if it grounds enemies. Was there an Iron Man in that? Let's see if it grounds enemies. No, there wasn't a flyer in that, unfortunately, so we can't see. But it'll be interesting to see if this grounds enemies, stops them from using their movement abilities. I think it makes sense that it would. But yeah, this is a pretty cool ability, and we can see it being comboed with her brother Thor. A great combo here. Thor pops his ult, you throw your ult, it pulls everyone in, and then you slam on the ground. So it's like a Groot ult combined with Venom's grab. I mean, it's just a great ability, I think. So overall, Angela looks absolutely nuts. Now, on top of her abilities, she's also the team-up anchor of a brand new team-up called Divine Armory, where she teams up with her brother Thor, giving him a new ability that allows him to throw a Thunder Spear at the enemies. And when it lands, it will create an explosion, dealing damage to enemies within that area, and also restoring Thor Force upon a hit. And then you get the ability to leap towards the spear where it landed, to then deal even more damage to the enemies in its radius. So a pretty cool ability, also an extra movement ability for Thor, and allowing him to earn more Thor Force, which will also combo with his other abilities really well. So honestly, a pretty cool team up. And obviously with Angela being the team up anchor, it means she'll get some kind of health bonus. And since we're talking about Season 4 gameplay, I wanted to take a look at the brand new team ups coming in Season 4, because we get new team ups with Magik and Doctor Strange, where Magik gains a new ability where she can unleash a chain onto an enemy, and it will attach them to a nearby enemy, pulling them together. And the further they are apart, then the greater the slow effect that is applied to them when they have these chains attached. And obviously, this is a pretty cool ability for Magic because grouping up the enemies is great, as it allows her to get her attacks off on both of them at the same time, as she deals damage over a pretty large area. So it's going to be interesting how this one actually plays out. And then we also have Black Panther joining the Gamma Charge team up, and this one's incredible for his survivability, as when he drops below a certain amount of HP, it will automatically activate a Gamma Shield, and it looks like it has a 45-second cooldown, so it won't activate again until the cooldown has regenerated. But this gives you a few more seconds of survivability, could also even protect you from enemy ultimates. And yeah, overall, a really powerful survival ability for Black Panther, allowing him to play a little bit more risky if he has a Hulk. But we all know Hulk is just going to be getting banned in ranked anyway. So those are the two other extra team-ups coming in Season 4. What do you think? And there we go. That is everything for this video, guys. Let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.